City News on TV Rotorua is proudly brought to you by Rotorua Central.
Good evening, Rotorua. Tonight on City News. The museum's interactive children's exhibition, Body in Action, opens tomorrow with a circus-themed family fun day. Rotorua Intermediate students learn the importance of healthy eating, and Calvary Chapel will spread some Christmas cheer tomorrow by giving away clothing. The museum is celebrating the opening of their new interactive children's exhibition, Body in Action, by hosting a circus-theme family fun day. Kids will be able to enjoy some hula hooping and bokwa, kids fitness sessions, then meet Harold, Life Education's giraffe. There will also be face painting and spot prizes for those who go dressed in circus costumes. The event is on from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. and is included in the price of admission, which is free for Rotorua residents. Rotorua Intermediate students were treated to a healthy cooking demonstration as part of local chef Deep Kumar's new free initiative, Future Diets, where he's teaching families and children the importance of choosing healthy food options. His first program ran this week at Rotorua Intermediate after student Emma Watson asked her teacher if they could have the healthy food talk at their school.
Yeah, so Emma had contacted Deep via email just saying, you know, she'd be interested in him coming into her class. And from that, I corresponded with Deep and we had a meeting. You know, I asked, so why do you want to get into this? What's your purpose for this? And he's, just completely interested in helping out students cook for themselves, learn proper nutrition.
The Calvary Chapel is spreading the Christmas spirit with their One Love event tomorrow. The community event will see donated clothing being given away along with a free sausage sizzle.
We've got plenty of babies' clothes. They're really nice babies' clothes. We've got men's and women's clothes, children's clothes, toys, books. I think bedding. Yeah, quite a lot of bedding. I think we've got a few babies' high seats and things like that, and we've got free-range eggs that will be here and vegetables and whatever. I think there's a few more bits and pieces of food that will be coming in.
And of course the sausage sizzle. One
Love is on tomorrow at Calvary Chapel in Hinimoa Street from 10:30 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. In sport tonight, Sione Paia has successfully completed his 30-day challenge to run and bicycle from the top to the bottom of the country. We were able to catch up with him yesterday at the youth centre.
Oh, let's go through Desert Road. I thought I was going to die. The last 3 days, heading to Bluff, I had headwind the whole time. Fatigue hit me really bad. I started feeling fibre tearing from my legs. So yeah, it was tough, but I managed to pick myself up and make it to the finishing line.
To your weather update now. Mainly fine overnight with westerlies and a low of 9. And we have a full forecast of the weekend's weather coming up after City News, thanks to Met Service. For program listings or to watch City News again, you can visit our website tvrotorua.co.nz and you can see updates on our TV Rotorua Facebook page. Coming up on City News, we find out about Project Wildman from founder Rob Cope. We're at Calvary Chapel to find out about tomorrow's One Love event, and Connor Hamilton tells us more about his fundraising garage sale.
Well, I found an interesting way to sit down at a nice table with a nice bloke and a fridge and chill out, if you pardon the pun. It's a pretty corny way to start things, but with me is Rob Cope. Rob is doing a tour with this illustrious looking piece of whiteware here. It's got signatures all over it. The fridge tour number 2. He's already done this once before, and he's obviously either slightly off the wall, over the wall, or crashing through the wall to be able to do this, and reasons why. So why are you doing this?
Why am I doing this?
Why are you doing this tour? You're hitchhiking.
I think you nailed it with all three of those, to be honest.
Hitchhiking with a
Slightly
fridge
nuts.
has got to be slightly nuts, but you've got a pretty good reason and a real reason behind it all, otherwise you wouldn't do it.
That's right. Well, this is the second time. Last year I did it. I'd written a book about manhood in New Zealand called Men Wanted for Hazardous Journey. And at the same time, my marriage of nearly 20 years ended. And I needed to go and do something mental to make sure I didn't end up in that one-bedroom apartment drinking myself stupid and getting depressed like so many mates have. And so decided to grab a fridge and hitchhike around the country to promote the book and get over, I was beginning to get over the end of my marriage. And it was great. It was really amazing to do that. And it was such a lot of great stories. And then this year, I've been working all year as a builder, and I needed to come up with an excuse to hitchhike again. And I run a thing called Project Wildman in Wellington, Auckland and Christchurch, which is about getting us guys to talk about the real issues that are going on. And we needed to fundraise, so I thought, well, I'll put the fridge and the fundraiser together and go from there.
So you have a very strong reason. Obviously, you're promoting men tackling their own issues and pulling down the masks and coming out from behind those and recognizing that they not only have something to offer, but who they themselves can value them. They can value themselves. So what are we facing here in New Zealand? Every day on the news we're hearing about family violence and people losing it and getting violent and so on, taking it out on the children or the wives or whatever. What's happening? I mean, you've got a handle on it through people you talk to.
Yeah. Well, you see, we deal with guys from right across the board. So, Wildman isn't about stopping violence. It's not about depression. It's not about AA or any of that. It's about whoever you are as a guy, whatever you're going through, just talk about it. Because we're all walking around pretending that that we've got it together or don't have it together or whatever, and we're not actually communicating with others. And it takes real courage to actually take the mask off and go, well, actually, this is who I am. This is what I'm going through. And the other part of that is that when our mates go through stuff, like say a mate's going through a divorce or he's lost his job or something, most guys don't know how to talk to them. So a guy will be at the pub and he'll go, man, I've lost, my missus left, and people go, oh, that's a bit rough, mate. Sorry about that. And that's all.
No depth to that.
That's all they've got. They want to be able to say more, but we're because we've never learnt how to really talk as men, that's as much as support as they get. And so I had a guy come along to one of my meetings, like when I was in New Plymouth, Palmerston North, and he was like, one of the reasons I want to learn to talk is that I had a mate who topped himself earlier in the year, and I wish I'd known how to talk to him. I wish I'd known what to say. So this isn't just about me and me working through my stuff, it's getting a better set of tools so that when I've got mates who are going through stuff, I can actually be of some value.
Guys watching now, who might think, well, that could be me, and I do need to get involved in something like that. I really appreciate what you're doing, by the way, and hopefully it does end up bearing fruit.
Yep.
So what would you say to guys watching right now? And you can talk down the barrel, basically.
Right.
What would you advise? Obviously, they can go to your wildman.co.nz website,
yep,
etc. But over and above that?
Also buy the book. I wrote a book about manhood in New Zealand and basically everything I've just talked about. It's well worth a read because most people who buy the book, it gets passed around all their mates too, and it's a conversation starter, which is really good. And the other thing is to have the courage to actually take the mask off and be seen. Because it doesn't take me any courage to do that because I've been doing it so long. It would take me a lot of courage to get into a fist fight because I haven't done that for 30 odd years. But for other guys, it wouldn't take any courage to get into a fist fight. But to actually take the mask off and tell the real story would take all the courage in the world. So it's a matter of have the courage to truly be seen and share your story, because your story is really important for other people to hear. It's important because if you've got a mate who's going through something similar, by sharing your own story rather than an idea or trying to give them advice, you can actually give them some real gold.
And they don't feel isolated or on their own.
No, that's it.
That's right.
Yeah.
I appreciate what you're doing, and I know it's
Wayne.
not easy. The fridge, by the way, is on a trolley. He's not carrying it on his back anywhere.
I'm not mental.
Sorry?
I'm not, yeah. Crazy.
We covered that already.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, appreciate time with us, and all the very, very best for some results out of all of this.
Yeah, cheers, Wayne.
Thanks.
Appreciate it.
a time for giving, and the Calvary Chapel have organised a community outreach event called One Love Community Project. Scott Clifford and Dallas James are the event organisers, and they also attend Calvary Chapel as well. But I suspect actually, Scott, that you're the pastor of the church. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Yeah. And so how was the church started?
We started, I think, about 10 years ago in Rotorua. My wife and I came over from the States, obviously, by my accent, you can tell. And yeah, we just had a heart for the community. We had a heart to see people come to know the Lord and to see people grounded in the Word of God.
Lovely. And now we're moving on to wider community here. So let's talk about the One Love Community Project. How was this started?
It first come about for my 21st birthday. The funds that were provided for what should have been a party, I decided to go away from what normal people would really do, I guess, in New Zealand, and decided to put it towards the community. We done a free sausage sizzle, and we created about 11 food bundles, I think, for families. And so we sent those out for their Christmas. And yeah, got a lot of clothes in, and that's how it all began. So we done a food and clothing giveaway for that.
And was that a more rewarding feeling than having the 21st?
Yep, yeah, it was awesome. Everyone felt good afterwards, and it was cool seeing everyone come together, all our family and friends and church members coming together. It was cool, and just seeing people walking out, it's always nice to see a smile on someone's face and knowing that you helped put it there. So it was cool.
Oh, very cool. And so from that, you've now grown into One Love Community Project. Yeah. What is it?
It's just a community project. It's community outreach. We want to be able to go and bless our community, not just be, as Scott was talking about earlier, a church that hides behind our walls, and we want to get out there and share the love of Jesus with them, I guess. And yeah, especially in Christmas time, it can be a financially burdening time, I guess, for a lot of people. And we want to just ease that, I guess, for them. And a lot of people don't have gifts to give or don't receive anything themselves, so we just want to give that opportunity for them to come in and perhaps grab them something to receive for Christmas. And a lot of people last year were grabbing things to give away as well. They're wrapping them up as presents and whatnot, so it was cool.
Oh,
so,
that's really cool. So what kind of things have you got?
We've got plenty of babies' clothes. They're really nice babies' clothes. We've got men's and women's clothes, children's clothes, toys, books. I think bedding. Yeah, quite a lot of bedding. I think we've got a few babies' high seats and things like that, and we've got free range eggs that will be here, and vegetables, and whatever. I think there's a few more bits and pieces of food that will be coming in. So. And
of course the sausage sizzle.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be a Kiwi event without it.
Absolutely. And so who's this event targeted towards?
Anyone and everyone. Would love to be able to help all the families in need and all the people in need most of all, but we don't want to segregate it to one group of people. You know, even if you're just walking along the road and you're a bit hungry on Saturday, come along and grab a free sausage sizzle. And it doesn't matter if you're in a suit and tie or if you're wearing just a pair of jandals and shorts. You know, we want to be able to reach out to everybody in our community and share the love of Jesus with everyone, and not just one group of people.
Oh, that's wonderful, very nice. And so what day is this happening?
So this will be on Saturday, the 13th of December. We're going to go from 10:30 till 2. As Dallas had said, just sausages sizzling up, clothes being given away, and the opportunity just for people to come in and chat, hang out. So we want to tell people, come along. We have a wonderful community here, and we want to be a part of that.
And now here's a really important question, because goods just don't appear out of nowhere. So let's talk about the kind and generous people that have seen that you've received to give. And who are they?
Well, obviously, first and foremost, probably the people of our church fellowship. They've brought a lot of things along, but at the same time, there's a wider church community that has given to this event as we jump in when they have events. There's random people. That's the beauty of social media these days. We've had people through Facebook, Instagram, just random people, hey, just coming along and saying, we'd like to give. So I think there's a heart that people have to help the community.
Well, then on that note, helping the community, what other involvement with the community have you had, either personally or collectively as a church?
I think the big thing is and Dallas pointed this out, we want to get beyond the walls of our church. For about a year, we ran a cafe as part of the church, Grounded Cafe, and it was an awesome opportunity just to get to know people. I don't want to sit up in an ivory tower, reading Spurgeon and going over dusty manuscripts. I want to get out and actually get to know people. And so that was a great opportunity. And that has been on hiatus for the last year. We'll see if it comes back. But otherwise, we've been involved in touch, rugby with the sporting. We've been involved in some of the schools, Bible in schools, which is an awesome opportunity, the Cool Bananas.
Dallas, whereabouts will the community project be held?
Here at Calvary Chapel, Rotorua. Well, it's Calvary Chapel at the moment, Ascend Church soon, which is 1218 Henimoa Street. Henimoa Street. It's in between Silver Fern Furniture and DTR. And this will be Saturday, 10:30 to about 2:30.
Oh, thank you so very much. There you have it. Rotorua community, an open invitation from Calvary Church to come to their One Love community project. Hamilton here is such a young mountain biking enthusiast. He's actually at the top of his game, scoring 15th in the last World Cup series that he attended. He's now rearing to head off to the UCI Mountain Biking World Cup series that is being held in about 5 different countries, from Scotland, France to Canada. However, in order for him to get there, there has to be quite a bit of fundraising that takes place. And just behind us, you'll see that the shed is just full with things to sell. Connor, how's it going?
Oh, awesome, eh? Yeah.
Lots of preparation?
Yeah, not just me, but like the Sloan family as well. I couldn't have really done it without them, because they've done most of the stuff, getting all this stuff here and picking it up. So, yeah, loved it.
Now, you have attended one series before, haven't you?
Yeah, I did this year's series just been, and out of the 7 races, I did 4 of them. And with all my placings out of the 4, I placed 15th overall.
And so what does it mean, mountain biking, to you? You know, it must be a passion of yours.
Yeah, it's real big, like growing up doing it in Rotorua, such a perfect place to do it as well. So, all the family's like behind me, and my brother, he does it as well. So he kind of pushes me along, tries to get me faster, and, I try to beat him all the time. So it's a huge thing for me, eh?
And how old were you when you started riding mountain bikes?
Mountain bikes itself, probably like 9. Otherwise, before that, I just started going down to the BMX track and just hanging out, trying to do jumps and tricks, and always crashing and trying to get better at that. So, yeah.
And so what would it mean to you for you to head off overseas and to do this cup?
It'll be pretty massive, eh? Like, as this year has just been, I've kind of seen what's out there. So next year coming, I can kind of give it a go with a bit more knowledge behind me and stuff, so hopefully get a few good results again. So.
And looking to turn mountain biking into your future career?
Oh, I'd always love to. It's always been a dream. So yeah, just those first few years of going overseas, fundraising, that's always the hardest part. And then I know once you get noticed by some big teams, some big names, that's when they start giving you as a job. So.
Yeah, but you have to do the groundwork first, right?
Yeah, for sure, and then later on pay everyone back.
Okay, so then let's talk about some fundraising efforts, because you have a garage sale coming up, haven't you?
Yeah. So all the stuff behind's been kindly donated from people, from companies. They just said, here's some stuff, and all the money we make from it has kindly been given to me for my next year's trip and try to get me around the world again.
Okay, and so where did some of this stuff come from? Just anybody? Do you know the people that gave it to you?
No, most of them, yeah. Otherwise, the Sloan's family, they've had a big thing to do with it throughout their family. Otherwise, like the renovators, they've helped out heaps. Bike Culture, they've helped out on a lot. Ride Central, just everywhere, man. They've just helped out so much. I didn't know I could get this much help from the community, but it's nuts.
Yeah, because where you're travelling is quite a fair distance away, so it must cost a lot of money. How much do you think it would cost you in order to do this world tour?
So from like the first flight to the last flight, it'll be, I did it last year on a budget of 15,000. So yeah,
Did you eat?
Oh yeah, real poorly, but I ate. But yeah, it's just, you know, don't want to be eating bad food when you could be eating the good stuff and getting a bit fitter and a bit better at the same time.
So every penny helps. So let's talk about what day you're going to be holding this garage sale and whereabouts it's going to be held.
So we're going to be having it on the 13th of December. It's going to be on 10 Henau Street. And yeah, it's going to kick off around 8:30ish. And unfortunately, I'm not going to be there. So I'm going to be racing the last round of a North Island Cup in Auckland. So I can't help, but you'll see the Sloan family for sure here, working hard as always.
And do you have a site or a page that people can go to where they can get some updates about your fundraising efforts?
Yeah, so I have a Facebook page, Connor Hamilton. It's a like page, so you just go on, press the thumb up, and yeah, just get updates from every race, every donation, and yeah, just as much as I can get on there for sponsors and everyone else who's helped me.
Now, Connor, do you have some sponsors already? I heard something about house paint.
House paint. Oh, all the renovators, they hooked us up with quite a lot of paint, what's awesome. But for my biking, the sponsors like Oakley Goggles, Commensale Bikes, Troy Designs, SRAM, Backflips Clothing, and a local Waikiki gym. Well, yeah, they've all just helped me so much, what's cool.
Thank you so much.
Cheers.
Well, there you have it, Rotorua community. Help a young man who's inspiring to make mountain biking his vocation. Go check out his Facebook page. That's Connor Hamilton. Thank you very much.
That was mountain biker Connor Hamilton talking about his fundraising garage sale being held tomorrow. It's another weekend full of things to do around town. We hope you enjoy your weekend and we'll see you next week. Pomaria.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.
City News on TV Rotorua was proudly brought to you by Rotorua Central.